I wanted to be a social worker. And I had so many, like most people. My initial thing was I wanted to be an actress because I'm convinced that I could still act my way through Hollywood. But when they talked about how poor actresses would be, I never wanted to. That was never, that didn't sound attractive. I don't care how long it took to get rich. Any snippet of me being poor, I had no interest in. And remember, I was spoiled, so it was like, wait a minute. And then I would have loved to be an attorney, but I always hated reading. But I love the court judicial system. I still do. Many people laugh at me because if you call me on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm looking at dum, dum, Law and Order. I love it. I can't get enough of it. So then what else? When I went to high school, I went to school to be in accounting because I understood that that could make me some money, but it wasn't my passion. My passion and my calling is counseling. And so I went back to the seminary, and I have about a year under my belt for my master's in biblical family counseling, marriage and family counseling. And yeah, and I plan on finishing that when I retire in 2 years.
Girl, you can retire in 2 years. I saw you on TV, Tiff, a few years ago, and you was talking all which you are professional. And I was like, what's she talking about? But I couldn't hear you because I was seeing you. So I was doing Psalms 126:5. Oh my gosh, Tiff, she's on the TV. And so what's your position? I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember the content, but I was just praising God because Tiff was on the TV. And in my era, it was like being on TV. Girl, such on TV. They're gonna be on the news at 6. Come on, hurry up. That was big stuff. So what do you do? It had been like 3 years ago I saw you on TV.
Sure. About 6 years ago, I was promoted to the director of the parking authority of River City. So it's park. A lot of people know it as the meters. They think about meters when they think about park, because if you park at a meter, you don't pay for the meter, you risk receiving a citation, and people hate the citations. And I understand, I would too. And then we have garages that we oversee, 15 garages and 3 surface lots. And when you talk about look at God, because ultimately I never wanted to be a career woman. I wanted to be a mother and a wife. And this journey you and I speak of often, the Lord allowed differently. And I was a single mom of 3. And when my kids were 7, 5, and 3, and that became real interesting. And so my kids and my job, my kids and my job, my kids and my job, and then the Lord is faithful. You reap what you sow. You just reap what you sow, and He's faithful. I'm faithful to a fault. I stayed in the career for a long time, thinking, and then I was able to sow. I mean, I was able to reap what I had sown, and I would receive the promotion. And it's been just a blessing to have an opportunity to have a large influence on my immediate staff is 38. And then we have contracted staff pre-pandemic of over 100, and being able to really treat people the way they deserve to be treated and the way you would want to be treated, and be in a position to do that. That ain't nothing but God.
Girl, you could preach that, because that is like you've already envisioned your next step is still toward image bearers. And so now you have all these image bearers that you get to be a godsend to them, because you have to answer to the master. It's not to the mayor, but it's to the master. Right. Girl, won't he do it?
And I have to tell people sometimes when they're thinking this, that, or the other, I'm like, I have a boss a lot bigger than that was on Jefferson. And I love the mayor. Let me put that out there. But the things that I do, the decisions that I make, in particular when they affect people, I am extremely mindful of who I answer to. And I need to be able to lay my head down at night and have a good conscience about having an opportunity to give people multiple opportunities like the Lord has given me before I allow them to fire themselves, not just be intolerant and be like, hey, you got to go. I'm going to give you a lot of opportunities before you make the decision to fire yourself.
Hey, man, that's good stuff. Something I saw of your character even the more, because you know you own all the way up there with me, with my heart, with everything. But I'm at your wedding, feel like I'm an out of body experience. Girl, it was my first time outside since the COVID. I hadn't been outside because I'm like,
Oh, wow.
girl, you was my first
Feeling real
outside event.
special.
And then I thought, I'm not going to sit near anybody. I'm not. And then there I'm all up in Mary and Medito's face. So, anywho, I'm just like in awe of knowing a little bit of your journey. I don't know all, but a little bit of it, and your character and all the people that were there and the love. And then when your pastor, who you know probably don't have time, girl, showed up for you and walked on in and made sure you saw he was there. I was like, that's my tip. That's that love that she has sold, that sincerity. Because for him to show up and to make sure his daughter, who he loves, and you went to this mega church, I don't know if Bates is mega or not, but when he walked in and it was like, he needed to see you, to walk in at the reception. He may not have been able to make this. I was like, look at God. Don't he show favor? My baby sitting with the kings. That's what the word said, ain't it? Ain't it what? Well, anyway. Okay, here we go. Focus.
He's awesome. Let me put a plug out for him. He is awesome. I get to, I'll say, sit at his feet. He is our shepherd. And I had one day, I just didn't realize what I was under, right? To have that opportunity for him to, because I joined Bates at a time that at my lowest, I was going through my divorce, and I joined Bates, and boy, I mean, he from that pulpit ministered to my spirit. He allows God to speak to him and literally built me back up. I wasn't missing church. I didn't miss church before, but I definitely wasn't missing church then, because when the Bible talks about as the deer panteth before the water, girl, that was me. Couldn't wait to get there. And one day he called my phone and I missed his call, and I had a message, and it was like, Tiffany, this is Pastor Williams. What? I'm like, God, you got my number, right? And he was asking me to serve on a board, BCDC. And it was after I had been telling everybody, I need to lay some stuff down so that I can, focus on this and that. I need to stop being so overly committed. And he said, I was like, well, I can't tell Pastor no, I can't to do this. And man, for him to show up, you know what, when I tell you I'm an embarrassment of riches, when I say the thing that has humbled me most about what the favor of the Lord has put on my life, it's in the form of love. The way people have loved me in spite of me, but just love me. And it humbles me. I mean, it's not like I don't have a mother. You're my spiritual mom. Reverend Medito's my spiritual dad. I have a dad. I mean, it's been unreal, just unfathomable. The people that he has put in my life that just love me. And I'm grateful. I am so grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, girl, that's rich. And to know that our Abba Father is no respecter of person. Because girl, how he just showers, pours down the love on all of us. But you said something about the pastor. He allows God to use. Girl, that's it, to allow him. So girlfriend, I need to know, honey child, how it was a few years ago, and you said, and you just talked to my baby, how you could minister through your pain. So I'm like, how did you not sit down? Because you had some ouches. You had some ouches that I wanted to go beat up a Negro. You heard me? I ain't said the N-word. I said a Negro. And I had some issues because, the chocolate line was coming out of me. But it's like you kept steadfast. How do you deal through ouches?
The Bible say, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And I just ask him to create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Now, I'm not no preacher or anything, but it's all about purifying your body, keeping your heart clean, keeping your heart pure. Thank you, God, for keeping a clean heart in me. I ask for your blessing.